On this episode of Pimp My Setup, we're going to be talking about your setups you submit for tips, tricks, feedback, and much more. So if you're interested in that, then sit back, relax, and interact because the show starts...
now.
It's time for the original setup show dedicated to providing you with tips, tricks, and feedback to pimp out your setup. Hosted by Matt Philly with new special guests every week. Coming at you live in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? The Pimp My Setup, episode number 208, recorded live on March 26, 2017. My name's Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Philly. And as always, we are joined by producer Tom. And we also have special guest Kurt Grosser in the building today. How you doing, sir?
I am doing wonderful. How are you?
I am good. Hey, where can people find you?
They can find me at kurtgrosser.com.
Ooh, so fancy. So it's been a long time since not only we've had a co-host on the show, but also since we've had Kurt. Kurt, this is your third time, I believe?
This is my third time.
Yeah.
Been about 132 episodes, but who's counting?
Yeah, well, it sounds like you're counting, but but yeah, it's been a bit. You were on the first Setup Clinic. You also were one of the most hated co-hosts on Pimp My Setup ever. You somewhat redeemed yourself on the second episode, but now you're back, and I can tell people your setup is actually good. So
I have fixed the problem.
You vacuumed, you got a new desk, all that stuff. So you're definitely certified. You have a better outlook on life now, right?
Absolutely.
After that incident where you almost jumped off the bridge, you've rethought things, and now you're back and you're in a happy place, right?
Absolutely. I'm just everything's peachy now. I'm not suicidal anymore.
I'm just kidding, guys. Tom is shaking his head. He does not approve of that. It was just a joke. But quickly just a joke. Except it's not a joke when other people. Okay. Anyways, we do have a few announcements before we get into the show. Crazy stuff. January we sold 26 fast passes. February we sold 21. March, so far we've sold 21. So we have 2 episodes left this month. I would love to pass 21, even though 21 is my favorite number. But I appreciate all the support. It means a lot. If you want to get a fast pass and get on the next show, guaranteed, go to pimpmysetup.com/Q. So also more exciting news, setupaddicts.com, 25,000 members now. Insane. Super happy about that. If you haven't joined yet, setupaddicts.com is how you do it. If you want to join our Discord where we're always playing games, talking, and things like that, swashin.tv/chat is the link for that. And then we're booked to 331. That's insane. So we actually started to do a process where we are going to move the queue along a lot faster. And the way we're going to do that is by sending out bulk emails. And as of right now, if you're on episode 235 or anything before that, so really 208 to 235, you have received an email. If you do not receive the email and you're on one of those episodes, let me know. But chances are you got it because I sent it to everyone. And if you do not respond to that email, you will be removed from the queue. We are hopefully going to move along a lot faster by doing that. But you never know. So far, just in like 5 hours, we've had like 60 responses out of 180. So I'm assuming everyone's going to respond, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, now with all that shenanigans out of the way, we got 7 setups, 2 of which are fast passes. So let's hop right into it. First set of the day submitted by Jose. He's a casual gamer. And Kurt, let's play the game. How old is he?
I'm going to say, he's got a Mac Pro. So I'm going to say about 17 or 18.
Ooh, well, see, you can't choose 2. You got to choose 1.
18.
Damn you! Damn you! He's 18 years old. Casual gamer running on Mac.
Well, I mean, if you're being casual.
Yeah, but he does have a console behind it, which 2 consoles. That was the joke of the day. But man, that is the sexiest design of a computer ever. Mm-hmm. I absolutely love that. I have one until the logic board decided to shit everywhere. But I seriously love it so much, and I'm really irritated that it doesn't work. But he also has the Thermaltake case over there.
Yeah, he's also got the other Mac Pro on the bottom right there.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good one. It's a garbage can. Okay, you're really showing your love for Mac here. Really though, what are your initial thoughts on this? Like, what do you think? Because he does have 2 computers. How is he using them? You know.
Well, he's either got some sort of splitter going to that Apple monitor, or PC's hooked up to his big screen above him. Although I'm not really sure because he's hidden those cables really well, if he is. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's got one monitor. Yeah, it's like kind of odd to me. You want to make a decision, and it is a cinema display, so obviously he's sort of, just stuck in the Apple world. And it's funny because his Xbox like matches it too. Isn't that like the Infinite Warfare one or something like that?
I think so, because I know the Battlefield one's green, so that would make sense. Yeah.
So interesting in that regard. Do you think it's too much on the desk? Do you like how he utilized it?
I don't think it's a bad use of space. I just think there's a lot of it that isn't being used. Like the Mac Pro could probably just go on the floor.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean,
you've got this more wide open space, and maybe you get a second monitor.
Yeah, definitely a second monitor would be nice. The thing is with the Mac Pro, that thing weighs a lot.
A ton.
Yeah, and having it on that desk is not a great idea. It's not going to help it's like survive for a long period of time. So definitely drop that down onto the floor unless you want your desk to snap in half. That's just the facts right there. Now, he does have a lot of cool consoles in the bottom left corner, which I am a huge fan of. I think that's cool. For a casual gamer, I mean, you go back, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But what about, like, I would hope that, because it looks like from the photo, the bed is on the left side. We can see the bed frame.
Yeah.
Just barely out of view there. Which means the TV, is he trying to use that while he's at his desk for when he's gaming? Because if so, that's too high up. I don't see that being comfortable.
No, because it just feels like your head's going to be like all the time. You're just going to be pointed straight up.
And that's going to hurt, yeah.
But like if he's in bed and gaming, then like that still doesn't make much sense because the bed's off to the side and you're not looking straight at it. You've always got your head on a tilt.
Yeah. So definitely confusing for me. That's one thing he kind of lost me on. But the cable management, yes, it's through the Signum, but definitely a good example of how cable management plus Signum don't really go together. It's more of a cable bin. You just toss that shit in there.
Throw everything in.
Yeah, it's not really the prettiest in the world, but it's off the floor nonetheless. So very bland setup. I don't really have much to say. I do think theme needs to be worked on and things like that. But what's your wrap up for this setup?
I mean, everything's kind of neatly put away, but it's just, it needs something to make it his own setup.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were about to go on like a whole thing like he needs to find himself. No, I definitely agree. It's just, I like the white. I like what you're going for. It just, overall, it's not like there for me. So a little bit more and I think you'll be set. Next set of the day is submitted by Jacob, who's 13. Use setup mostly for gaming and editing videos. Now, really, I said 13. I gave up the whole game. I'm so used to saying that.
He's 14.
What I really like, though, is the second photo. Like, that looks like an office. You know, that doesn't look like a room in your house. It almost honestly looks like you are at an office space and, you know, you have your very odd green couch behind you and you're just chilling, getting work done, but you're 13 years old. So obviously this is your house. You just have...
It looks cozy.
Yeah. Really nice windows. Really awesome. A little creepy if someone's just walking by at night and they're like, hey, Jacob. You're like, God damn it, Herbert, get out of here. But really cool setup. What were your thoughts when you first saw it?
The first thing that came right out at me was the CPU box. Mm-hmm. It's like, that doesn't need to be front and center.
Yeah.
So let's get rid of that. And the cables behind the monitor kind of drove me nuts. But that's just me nitpicking, really.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree because those are the easiest cables to work with.
Yep.
You just feed it down the actual stand, bring it right down. Don't push it to the side. It could be short cables. If that's the case, monitor cables, things like that are super cheap and easy to get. So there's no excuse for that. Now, for me, I love the stand. I don't love what you're using it for, but does it fit the setup? Like, he's got black on black on black, and then he's like, I love wood grain. Yeah. Oh, it's like, no, I don't know about that. So, of course, again, nitpicking. It's a great overall setup. It's just things like that. I mean, that's a huge stand. I don't even know what the purpose is for your setup. There's nothing like, I don't see a tablet. I don't see anything to that extent. So why do you even have that there in the first place? It's more of an eyesore for me than anything at this point. You know, the little van and the controller, like that stuff doesn't matter to me. Like, okay, cool. You know, it works. But I think overall, there's not much theme, if any at all. What would you say the same?
I mean, you've got a breathtaking view, but there's nothing else that really catches my eye with the setup.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, here's a desk, here's a computer,
the couch.
We're done.
Yeah, it looks like he just moved in.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, here's your office space, you know, we got you a couch as a gift. And then, yeah, you know, set up your desk and everything. And that's basically all he did. So I don't really see much going on here other than, you know, a pretty straightforward, simple desk setup. Nothing that, like you said, catches my eye. Nothing that makes me say, damn, this is pretty good. And people are saying, hey, he should cover his windows. Yeah, he has blinds. He doesn't just sleep with them open. And he's like, yeah. Yeah, okay, you can't see him on the... Well, they're definitely there. Me and Kurt and Tom can confirm that they are there. But anyways, I do like this setup, but I think now you need to incorporate yourself, and you need to, you know, if you like green, like the couch, put some green through the setup, right, T?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom agrees. Anyways, let's go to the next setup. This one we'll have a lot more to talk about. Nathan, he uses setup mainly for gaming, and his setup is powered by his Zen book, which is kept in the right drawer. So, Kurt, how old is he?
I'm going to say 16.
16, you sure?
Positive.
Well, you're wrong. So shut up, dude. No, he's 18. Okay. Yeah, so 18 years old. Looks like the white balance is off in the first photo, like, so it hurts my eyes almost. Like, come on, homie. But yeah, this setup, I think he did a wonderful job with basically everything. We're going to talk about it, of course, but first I wanted to say in the second photo, his whiteboard literally says, don't buy food. Like,
clear the board, please.
Yeah, Tom, I don't know if you go single shot on me real quick. But it's funny because I actually carry something around all the time that says don't eat food. It's a new diet I'm trying. It's not really working, but...
Is it like how Terry Crews carries a photo of himself in his own wallet? Yeah, he carries a photo of himself when he was on Everybody Hates Chris.
Oh, interesting. But yeah, Tom, I wrote it down just for the joke because I was using the Post-it for something else. But yeah, don't eat food. Doesn't work for me, though. Really, I don't see why. But anyways, so... that was so stupid. The setup itself, though, I mean, cable management is like, beautiful. I mean,
absolutely.
That's how it should be done. Monitor cables, do you see them? No. Are they there? Yeah, that's the beauty of it. Now, I wanted to ask you because obviously he likes some fake plants, right?
Yeah.
Do you think they work next to the monitor like that?
Kind of.
Kind of. Okay.
I mean, when you've got them symmetrical like that, like you've got speaker, plant, that works. It's just that I don't know, I'm just not a plant guy.
Yeah, same. I'm the same way. Like, I almost think would it look better with inverting them to the speakers, have the speakers closer or whatever, and then I'm like, no, it kind of makes a good separation. The angling of it works. I think it's pretty good, and that's not something I normally would say. So yeah, I think he did a good job with it. I'm not a plant fan, but in this scenario, I think it's pretty good. One thing that I found weird, though, was he has a keyboard with a mouse pad underneath, but his mouse doesn't have a mouse pad. Like, what? So why do they sell... I understand, actually. I'm asking a question that I know the answer to. It's rhetorical. But the idea of those smaller extended mouse pads is for, like, the really small keyboards that don't have
it's for 10 kilos.
Yeah, there we go. The technical terminology. But you don't have one of those. I don't understand, like, does it make that much of a difference? Like, typing is just so much smoother now. But
maybe you should get one of those swashin ones.
Yeah, swashin extended mouse pads available at swashin.tv/store. But yeah, other than the stuff we just talked about, what were your thoughts? Because I know you took some notes.
I thought it was very simplistic, quite clean. Mm-hmm. Get that damn whiteboard erased because it kind of gets on my nerves. And I mean, I see it's like you got an Xbox or something on the floor there in the second photo.
Yeah.
Good job raising that off the ground so that you don't suffocate it.
Yeah, and it's like the perfect size board underneath. It looks great. So
it's not like it's intrusive or anything. So it's really, really nice.
Yeah, and it matches everything else, which is nice. What were your thoughts on the wall art above? Yay or nay?
The wall art?
I knew you were going to say something like...
to each their own.
I think it's pretty sick, man.
It's not really mine, but I think it works in this case.
Yeah, it's cool. It definitely is. I knew you would be like, but yeah, I think it's nice. I think it's a simple setup. Just the thing is, with all these setups so far, there's really not a lot to say.
No, there's nothing that's like, this is your setup.
Yeah. As I lose my ears. Oh god, my headphones just came out. Oh shit, on a stick. Hold on. It's been so long since I've had to wear these. Hold on, I'm just getting some slack here. Okay, we should be good now. This keeps happening. Anyways, yeah, I think it's great. I wish we could have seen it with the proper white balance because it would have helped a lot. Wait, what happened, Tom?
Bob Banbeck.
Oh god. Anyways, yeah, I think it's it's really cool. I think the LEDs help a lot because they help distinguish the white from the white and really add a little bit of depth and everything. So I like it. Yeah, cool. Not a lot else to say, but this next setup, I'm sure we're going to hear a lot from Kurt. Submitted by Kyle. He used setup for productivity, homework, and sometimes photo editing. He has a separate room for gaming, apparently. And this setup is powered by his Surface Pro, Microsoft. Get in the game. Damn it. No. Wrong one. Anyways, how old do you think Kyle is?
Well, he's a hockey guy. I can tell that. So he obviously dangles hard. So I'm going to say about 17.
About 17 is wrong. Ooh. He's 15 years old. 15. Right. Yeah. So, first off, that chair looks like something you would put someone in before their death penalty happens. Yeah. We're going to kill you, but first we're going to make you sit in this. My fat ass would break all of the pieces securing that and then just pop right through. Not a comfortable chair, but of course we're not here to talk about the chair. So, the actual setup itself, I think it's pretty interesting. I know he's going to be mad at me. Sorry, Kyle, but he sent me a photo of the Surface in use when he's using both, the monitor and the Surface at the same time. And I didn't include it, but it looked cool. My bad. But regardless, there's the Surface. He says that he takes it on the go so he can unplug and he's all set. And it's all running off of that, which I think is really cool. It's a cool way to think about technology. That little ass thing is powering a whole setup. Isn't that just magnificent?
It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. What are your thoughts on Surfaces? Yeah, no?
I love Surfaces. I wanted to get one for school, but then I realized I needed something with a little more power than 2 cores. So,
ooh, shade. Yeah, shots fired. Really though, the actual setup here is pretty cool. I think my biggest complaint. Well, first, cable management. The one cable, I understand there's not a lot you could do with that, but you could have at least pulled it up a little bit more so that the only bit you're seeing is directly from and up. That's it. You're not drawing little pictures with the excess. And then obviously the cable coming out of the Surface, so you can't do anything about that. So really that's just the one thing I would say. But I think my biggest complaint is behind the monitor. What the hell are you doing on the wall? That is the most ugliest, unorganized thing I've seen in my life. Do you agree?
I'm going to play devil's advocate on that.
Okay, you're an asshole. Yeah, what's up?
I think that thing can be used quite well.
Yeah.
But at the moment, he's just like, here's stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't care that you have the Beats logo on a sticker that you didn't even bother to use as an actual sticker.
Burn! No, really, though, are those each the same size? Because I guess maybe because the monitor isn't centered, it makes it look off a bit. The middle one looks smaller.
Yeah, the middle one does look smaller.
Right? It's like, but then I'm using the 2-finger method, and I'm like trying to measure with my fingers, and they look like the same size.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, it's lower, which also why? Why is it lower? But I think, center the desk to it, it would look a lot better. So,
Yeah.
whip out a ruler and boom, you'll be all set and ready. But yeah, I definitely think if you're going to have something it is cool, but you're not using it the right way. You have a lot of random crap. I would put some like stuff that actually matters, that doesn't look like, I don't know, a sticker on the sticker sheet, like, Kurt said, which also is that just next to the Beats one? Is that empty? Like a sticker sheet?
Oh no, that might be Apple stickers.
That's what I thought, but like, I guess
Just
maybe
by the
because the light.
gloss.
Yeah. If there's nothing on that, then there's a big issue. But the actual desk and all that stuff, what do you think? Yay or nay? Too much on it? What are your thoughts?
I mean, you get the left side, which seems very empty, and then you get to the right side, and it's like,
A little too
I've
much.
got a bullet, and I've got a puck, and I've got a glass thing. It's like, if you're gonna have all those items, spread them out.
Yeah, puck it, man. Got him. Really, though, I agree. The right side has too much, whereas the left is like how it should be, So just, you don't have to condense. I would just kind of even things out, and you'll be all set and ready to go. Any final thoughts?
Not really. Other than that chair must be really horrible.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't even think he's be level sitting in it with the desk.
Yeah, that just looks uncomfortable. All right, next is set up something about Luca. Luca is 16. Damn it, I did it again. How old do you think Luca is?
12.
Okay, good. Use the setup for computer visual and playing with friends. Also, what's really weird, Luca was like, guess my gender. And Luca didn't just say it once. Luca said it like 30 times. So apparently, this makes me very uncomfortable, but apparently there's some sort of secret to Luca's gender. And as Tom zooms in on different things.
Interesting.
It's like, in this day and age, I can't just say male or female because I'm going to offend somebody. So I'm just going to say you are a Luca. That's your gender.
You are a Luca.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if I had to guess for real, I would say you are a female. Based on the left side, that like the one with the tail?
You have like the anime table. Yeah.
Yeah. It literally says Luca and it's like pointed at that. And that looks like a girl. But I don't know.
Well,
I'm really
we don't
confused.
want to offend anybody. We're gonna cause a problem. We're gonna have letters.
Yeah. Even though there are only two genders.
Ooh,
Oops.
easy.
Oops.
Not if you live in the state of New York. Apparently, there's 36.
Yeah. Apparently. So anyways, one thing that I found really interesting right off the bat is, doesn't it at first glance, quick glance, doesn't it look like the desk is warping?
That's something I put down in my notes. I was like, is it like that's how it's built, or?
Well, this is the thing. It could be that it's warping, but also if you go to the next, the third photo, you can see it's actually, it comes out and then does like a straight and then comes out. Like it's got that angle to it. So, yeah, it's like not, it could be warped still. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But it's just that angle. And at first I was like, bro, you need to get that fixed. And then I was like, oh, maybe it's not actually warped. But anyways, I know you wrote some stuff for this. Go for it. Let's hear it.
Well, the Last of Us poster, really nice. I think that's fantastic.
Whoa.
I'm not sure why the iMac's on the dresser. You have a spare table. Maybe move all that anime Sugoi stuff over to the dresser and then put the Mac there. Some ambient light would be nice. So some LEDs or something. That would really, really help. Effective cable management. I mean, yeah, we can see it, but it still works.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Cool. All right. So from what I see, first off, in that second photo, that wallpaper reminds me of something. I don't know what, I can't put my finger on it. It just looks like I've seen that image in your setup somewhere. No laughs. I was hoping Tom would at least give me a little chuckle. Hey, Tom, chuckle? No? Okay, cool. So here's the thing. The setup is great. All the things you said, I agree with. I just almost honestly blocked the iMac out of my view of the setup, and I was just like, yeah, it doesn't make sense, whatever. I don't know, when you're getting ready for school and you're like, yeah, let me pick out some clothes, but meanwhile, let me turn on my iMac and listen to some sick jams. watch as you're getting dressed, and then you turn it off, and that's all you use it for. But
That's expensive.
it's very. Going to the second photo, I think you did a great job with accessories. I like the speaker stands are very interesting. Very interesting. It's like a cut off pyramid.
Yeah.
Very, very weird. But I like that it's angled in. It's very nice. I don't like having the big ass receiver right there, but I guess if you don't have a different spot where it becomes usable, then okay. But I like how, the headphones are right there. Your controller's right there. Everything you need, out of sight, out of mind, you did a great job with. Good. Nice. You have your microphone on an arm, all that stuff. Like you did all the different parts of it, all the bits. You got the checks, which is good. Under the desk, that's a very interesting footstool, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know the other usage of it, but I don't even know how that would be comfortable. I guess if you have small feet, you could, but I don't know.
Or you just put one foot up at a time.
Yeah. Okay, Captain Smarty Ass, whatever. your name
Okay,
is. I don't know.
okay, Jesus.
Damn. I love the case though. That's one of my favorite cases. I think it's great. I wish you were able to show it off a little bit more, but it's okay. It is what it is. And then like Kurt said about the cable management, it's not like we don't see it, but that's fine. It's managed. So that's all that matters. But knowing what your ceiling's like, I still think you did a great job with utilizing the space. You do have a lot of art though. And I think it'd be cool if you, maybe that little triangle piece above the left speaker, maybe put something up there, a little bit of art, you have the room for it. It's not going to look like squeezed in. So yeah, I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's got some different kind of colors. We don't really see that light butter kind of look anymore. So
yeah.
Very cool. You have any final thoughts?
No, not really. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover.
Okay. All right, cool. So let's go to the next setup submitted by Ben, staying on this photo because he likes Guile film and gaming. You set up for creating 3D props and environments. How old do you think Ben is?
Judging by that photo, 13?
13. Okay. But judging by that photo, what do you think?
Looks a lot older, which is where I would say probably about 17 or 18. Probably 17.
22.
22!
So, 22.
Oh.
22. Yeah, 22. So really, if we go back to the first photo, not only did he have, obviously, a very small desk, but he just didn't care about life. This was like Kurt. Actually, wow, Cookie just said that. Yeah. This is like how Kurt started out. He was just like, yeah, look at my setup. It's so good. And then I was like, you're a bitch. And then all of a sudden, he had the next photo. And I was like, oh, it's actually a good setup now. Good job, Kurt. So the glow up is real. It's true. It really is. So, of course, he doesn't have a lot of room, which is why things like the headphones are in front of the left speaker. But obviously, it's not going to make that big of a difference. But it goes to show, like, he doesn't have as much room as he would like. And the right monitor is actually on a book to make it the same height as the left one because he has no other options, seeing as they're both non-VESA compatible monitors. So he does not know what he can do to make that look slick without having the book underneath. So of course you could just get a black piece of wood, that's the right size, and at least it would blend in a little bit. But aside from that, your initial thoughts, Kurt, what do you think?
Well, obviously the first thing that stood out to me was the book, but since you told me he has a problem with the monitors anyway, but
yeah,
getting something else that's more suitable would be a good idea. Mm-hmm. The wall to the left is very blank, so maybe putting something up there would be a good idea.
I like that. Yeah, that's good.
Cable management was very good. Everything's out of sight, out of mind that needs to be. The only thing I really can see is the wall socket in the next photo, and that's about it.
Damn your wall socket! Yeah, no, that's good. Anything else you want to say, or
that was about it? That was pretty much everything that caught me.
Okay, so what I would say is it's a shame that he doesn't have a bigger space because his usage of the shelf above is awesome. And that just goes to show he probably has a lot of cool stuff that he wants to show off. He's got a Mickey up there, which, what up, Mickey? But yeah, so I think like really cool use of the shelf. I definitely think if you had a bigger shelf, more space, it would be awesome to see how you utilize that. So I think you did a great job with that, considering you don't have a lot of space. But like Kurt said, the left side, you could put a little something there. It doesn't have to be a shelf, but if you had maybe a poster, something to that extent, just a little picture, would be great to utilize that space completely and kind of polish off theme. But you did a great job. The microphone, I love it. It's just like, beep, boop. It's like, hey. It's just like, I would assume that's sort of like, yeah, it's one of those cheap mounts, but I guess he has no reason to ever like push it down, pull it up kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that would probably be like a good, probably a good distance for talking into. I'm sure he wouldn't put it there if it wasn't, you know? So,
No.
I think that's good. You know, Snowball's not a bad mic. So nice usage of all that. I think the LEDs are definitely important because they add a whole nother level. They definitely help take something that's pretty boring, you know, like that plain wool, and then bam. So I guess he doesn't have a wallpaper on the back wall, but on the left wall he does.
Yeah.
So which I actually think kind of helps you because it does add a little bit of, you know, contrast, and it's nice. So I think he did a great job with theme and accessories and out of sight, out of mind. It's a great setup. But like you said, you're in a very small, tight space, and I'm sure you would love to get something a little bit bigger. So I think your main thing is just kind of, and someone just said in the chat, he should probably mount the monitors. Well, if you listen to me, I said he can't. God. And it is very trippy. People are saying, like, doesn't it look like the same exact monitor, but it's just ever so slightly different?
Yeah.
And if that is the same image, which it is, the coloring is very different. Look at that. Like, it's a bluish or whatever to all of a sudden like purple.
Yeah. It's
Very
like he went from an IPS panel to a TN panel, and it's just bleh.
God, Tom's like, I hate when people do this. But yeah, wonderful setup. Really, really cool. I think I could keep repeating myself, but it sucks that you're in a small spot, and that's about it. So let's go to the next and final set of the day. This was the original photo, which we'll stick on for now. Jonnathan, he was on episode 188, and he decided to take my feedback, which includes getting rid of desk clutter, mounting his Xbox One under his desk, getting rid of his 360, and adding speakers, cleaning up the eyesore to the left, all that stuff. And he also, by the way, guys, a lot of people, he said a lot of fan suggestions included getting surround sound for the office, but he already has that in his living room, so he doesn't really have a need for it in his setup. So Kurt, based on he's the same age as he was in this photo and the last photo, so how old do you think he is?
Well, it definitely looks like a more professional setup, so it kind of makes me give the idea that he's older. Okay. He's also got workout equipment, so I'd probably say 20.
20. He's actually 12 years old. He is a beast. He's making mad money. He owns multiple I'm just kidding. Gotcha. He's 30 years old. So he's
30.
Yeah, he's like a legitimate adult. So here's the thing. Next photo. Let's see it. Wow. I wish he took it a little more to the left, so it was like the exact same positioning as the original photo, so I could like have Tom go back and forth, like boom, 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 boom. Which it's pretty much the same. And actually, Tom, if you skip here, let's go to the next photo. Really nice close up. Next photo. That's a really awesome mount. I love that mount because that mount doesn't actually connect to the other side. Unless it meets in the middle underneath, I don't know, but it just looks super slick. Really, really nice work there. But the next photo, I did a thing. Okay. So by looking at this photo, we can get a true side by side comparison, and we could really, I'll read all over the list again. The desk clutter. Would you agree, Kurt? He did a great job with out of sight, out of mind.
Absolutely.
Definitely a big difference, to say the least.
Huge difference.
Getting the Xbox One underneath and getting rid of the 360. Big deal, right? Really, really like that.
Absolutely.
And then the speakers, I think, are really a big difference also, because now not only is he filling up the space with something that's actually useful, but he has speakers now, which is important. So
absolutely.
The final thing,
and the shelf that he has his monitor on.
Yeah, which is nice. I think that's really, really slick. Very nice and see-through. And then also he, of course, all the stuff on the left side, I think he did a great job with. But I think I saw in your notes, you said something about the vlogger shelf.
Yeah, he's got like this content creation shelf, and it seems a bit busy.
You think so?
Just a bit too much stuff, but you have a big drone anyway. You can't really do anything about that. But it just, to me, it seems crowded, but it works. It's not like it doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I like all the stuff on it, though, for sure. I think it's really, really awesome. If you wanted to be crazy like Casey Neistat, you can mount your drone to the wall and the remote so you could take it on the go, but that's kind of a step too far in most scenarios. But someone said different double drawers on the left. No, he was just covering them last time. So it's actually the same exact drawers. That's why cleaning up clutter makes a big difference. People are really digging the speaker placement. They're also digging the under desk Xbox One mount, which I agree is awesome. And then someone said, isn't this the guy that has the YouTube channel? I forget what it is, but
he's like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, really cool YouTube channel. I will remind me in the comments, guys, later when this is uploaded. I will put his link in the description so you can check him out. But all right, here we go. That photo, stay there. Kurt, let's hear it. What do you got to say?
It is quite fantastic. Like everything, it's clean. There's not too much stuff. There's not too little stuff. The speakers, they fit perfectly underneath his ultra wide, and it's also an extremely good use of an ultra wide. So I think that everything about the setup just feels right.
Yeah,
it just works.
Ooh, it feels right.
This is about it.
Yeah, and the speaker placement I think is perfect. It's not, on the desk. It's not above, next to the monitors. It's literally, I think, at the perfect spot. And I love that he was still able to use his Xbox One Connect camera right there. It's just perfect usability. So I like the statue on the right side and on the left side. I like you said, he kept everything that he needs. It's not, the stuff that he didn't really need to have on his desk. Now it's just like the perfect amount. And I think everything else is pretty slick. The only thing I could possibly kind of go at, which is really far-fetched, picture number 3, the cables, they all come out of their sleeve, and then, they kind of disperse. But, that's what I'm seeing people talk about in the chat. But how else do you handle that? It comes out of the sleeve, and it goes to its said place where it came from.
Yeah.
And that's that.
When it came to wire management, I kind of knocked him for it, but, in all honesty, there was nothing else he really could have done anyway.
Yeah. I mean, all I like is that he has everything in, he made the changes that I said last time. Now, I was a little surprised at your scoring versus mine for this one, because you were more harsh than I was.
It's because I was trying to be more critical towards it.
Yeah. I gave him 47 out of 50. You gave him a 43 out of 50. Ooh. So had I been the only host today, Jonnathan would have been a much happier person because he would have had a 94, but instead he walked away with a 90. Which
he still walked away with the highest score. Didn't he?
Yeah, he did, which wasn't a hard thing to do. Shade, really though. I love it, Jonnathan. I don't think there's much else you could do for now. I think it's pretty straightforward. You have everything you could possibly need. So I would just maintain it, maybe over time get better things, but you kind of have the top of the line everything. So anyways, let's do scores. Jose 74, Jacob 69, Nathan 82, Kyle 68, Luca 78, Ben 78. Not sure how that happened. Jonnathan 90. Boom. Yeah, I thought Ben would have a higher score. I don't. It's good. It's a really good setup. Yeah, I would probably give him a higher score, but that's just how we broke it down. Yeah. Anyways, that was a pretty quick episode. I mean, there were only 7 super fast passes, but normally we have 8 per episode. We literally removed 3 because of various reasons. So that's how the cookie crumbles. Kurt, you having fun time on this episode?
I am.
Yeah,
having a wonderful time.
Great. Wonderful. Guys, go check out kurtgrosser.com. Follow him on Twitter at kurtgrosser, all that stuff. And then follow Tom at Thomas Philly. Follow me at Matt Philly. And that's going to do it for this episode of Pimp My Setup. Thanks for watching. And that's going to do it, though, guys. Thanks for watching. We will see you soon. Let me know if you want Kurt on another episode in the future. I'm going to assume not, but no, I'm just kidding. All right, guys. See you later. Peace.
Don't eat food.